Hello and welcome to From the Editor. I'm Mike Shearer, Executive Editor for Dispatch and Dispatch.com. And I'm here today with one of the reporters, Belinda Paschal, who has written this week's cover story on the Wilds, which is a amazing place out in Southeast Ohio that we'll get into talking about more here. So welcome, Belinda.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely glad for you to be here. So first of all, I would like to ask reporters, this is the first time we've talked for a podcast for our cover stories. Just tell me a little bit about what you do for the Dispatch for our listeners and viewers, what your weeks are like, and kind of what you cover normally.
Okay. Well, my official title is Entertainment and Things to Do reporter. I like to throw features on there.
Yes.
Because I do a lot of longer length features. I basically cover the arts community. There's a vast arts community here, as you know, and a lot of music, previewing concerts. It kind of draws on I call it my thing. I have a lot of music trivia in my head.
Okay.
And I have a lot of what I call useless information. So this job kind of uses a lot of what, basically it makes me more than just really good at Trivial Pursuit. But a regular day for me, there isn't a regular day.
That's the great thing about this business, right?
There isn't a regular day. I come in and on the daily, it could be, I might have a list written out of what I'm going to work on that day and get to none of it.
Yeah.
Because things pop up, concert announcements, breaking stories, a local business is going to close. Like I had this week, I had a local burlesque and drag club that's struggling, and I had done a story on them before. Yeah. So I thought, okay, I'll follow up with them. It's something different every day.
Well, under the Things to Do umbrella, we asked you to go out to the Wilds, which is out in Muskingum County. And for those who are not familiar, it is a short time drive of sorts, but it's not a very, it's a lot of windy, curvy roads. My family went out there many years ago, and it's not a terrible drive or anything like that, but it's
about 90 minutes.
About 90 minutes from here, but it transports you into what some might say you feel like you're in Africa a little bit on the safari. So tell us about what is the Wilds, and you went out there with Adam Carnes, one of our photojournalists.
Yes.
What's out there?
What's not out there, Mike?
Okay.
I was amazed when we pulled in there because I'm a city kid, and just seeing these huge animals up close, you can't even compare it to being to a zoo because you're so much closer to the animals, and there's not an enclosure. Yeah. So you see them basically as close to their natural habitat as, they can reproduce. Okay. So this is about 75 miles from Columbus, Muskingum County. Hosts about 100,000 visitors a year. And there are it's like a zoo, but it's not a zoo. I think the closest comparison I have to it is Disney's Animal Kingdom in Orlando. Yeah. Is where you get in the vehicle and you ride around. That's a very scripted Disney experience. Well, not scripted because the animals can do what they want to do. Right. But there's a story behind it, as Disney does. But this is similar to that. You're riding in a big open bus and going through the facility, which we should point out is managed by the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Yes. So and this is a conservation effort at its core, what they're trying to do there. Yeah, they have, on the conservation end, they have a lot of breeding programs. Their main thing is to protect and preserve these endangered animals and animals that are in danger of going extinct. Some that had gone extinct in the wild that they have successfully bred back into existence, and some they've actually released back into their native range.
Yeah.
So, but when you're there, it's like it's not, you don't feel like you're in Ohio. You feel like
No,
you're in a
not
different.
at all.
Yeah.
You feel like you've been just transported. You've been beamed to another time and place.
Yeah. So they have 500 animals representing 28 species from around the globe, 12 of which are endangered, as you spoke about.
Yes.
So, and a lot of these animals had all but disappeared. This is 10,000 acres out there.
And not all of it is being used yet.
Yeah, that's crazy. We'll talk about what that land was used for before here in a minute. But so white rhinos generations of white rhinos have been born there, which is 8,000 miles from where they normally would live.
Five generations.
Oh, 5 generations. Okay, great. And then there's 3 species that, as you mentioned, have gone extinct.
Yeah, the Pear-David deer.
Yes.
And the scimitar-horned oryx.
Yes.
And the Przewalski's horses.
Przewalski's wild horses, which they have. Wild horses, a particularly big area for them out there that they've helped survive.
Yeah.
36 horses have been born in the last 30 years out there, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and they had a relatively new one there when we went.
Okay. And then, is it Pear-David's deer?
Pear-David's.
Pear-David's deer, okay.
Yeah, they've had 13, well, maybe more by now.
Born or arrive?
13 born.
There this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And they have
they do not look like deer. They look like a combination of moose and with these huge antlers. They're a large, muscular, bigger than the biggest buck you've ever seen.
Okay. All right. And then you also had a zebra born out there this year and a one-horned rhino calf.
Gravy zebra.
Gravy zebra, okay. So there's a lot of success going on in this facility.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. So when you were out there, what were you expecting and what did you see when you left? How did your impression of it change when you after you spent your time there?
It was I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting it, well, I think I was expecting it to be a little more zoo-like. And I had a little bit of trepidation because I was thinking, are these animals going to come up to the car?
Yeah.
Will I have, a rhino headbutting the car? It was so much more impressive and so much more just inspiring to see the work they're doing with these animals and how much they genuinely care about the animals. Yeah. It's not just, we're going to breed these animals and ship them off. There's a lot of actual love and care that go into dealing with them on a daily basis.
Okay. Now, what I found particularly impressive about the facility is this was a former strip mine that has been reclaimed by government action and and we can get into that a little bit, but people give credit to Jack Hanna and Bob Teeter from ODNR, past ODNR, Samuel Speck, which was the
he was a senator.
The Reclamation Act of 1972. So, which required them to plant thousands of acres of grasslands from which the wilds would eventually emerge. So that's also pretty amazing that we took this, what was an eyesore in Ohio, strip mine, where they just basically take the dirt off top and start mining coal right on the surface instead of down deep. That eyesore's become this facility.
Yeah, according to the stipulations in the Reclamation Act, one thing they had to do was restore the land to its original contours and plant vegetative cover. Yeah. So they ended up with these acres of grasslands. And I believe it was Bob Teeters who basically went around the area campaigning, hey, we want to turn this into this place for endangered animals. He actually personally went to AEP and said, will you donate land?
Yeah. And they did.
And they did, 10,000 acres.
All right, so today people can go out there and they can take the tour. It can be a day trip, obviously, a one-tank trip type tour, but you also can stay out there now, too. They have yurts. They have, you can stay in tents. You can stay in yurts. They have a cabin
a lodge that houses up to 12 people. They have cabins, and they also have a thing where you can spend the night. It's like being in the outback.
Yeah.
You can spend the night out in the middle of a pasture in a tent with animals about there is a gate separating you, but about 20 feet away to get the full experience.
Okay. So people can make a weekend of it too.
Absolutely, and there's horseback riding, there's zip lining. Oh, and they have a new campground also, the Hellbender RV campground.
Okay. Because there's not a whole lot else out there. You can't run down to a restaurant real close by to get dinner or something either.
No, the nearest gas station, I believe, is about 15 miles away. Yeah. So gas up before you go.
Okay. All right. So, Belinda, thank you for joining us today to talk about the wilds and your trip out there. We enjoy it. Your story is fantastic, and looking forward to letting people read that this weekend on dispatch.com and in the Sunday print edition. So for this week, we'll wrap it up here on From the Editor, and we'll be back next week to talk about data centers and their proliferation here in Ohio. So more to come on that next week. Thank you all, and have a great week.